Hey awesome friends, I am Awesome Danny. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about a set I've had forever. Like, I've had it for months now, and a few people that know I have it are very upset that I haven't done this review yet. Well, tough luck, but we're doing it today. To be honest, I'm not sure if this is the box or that's the box, because it's the same box. So one of these boxes is the SL41 Mark 1 box. The other box is the SLT6. Let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, so before we continue, I do want to thank MYER-AUDIO for providing the SLT6 for review. Thank you, Meyer. You guys are awesome. So the SLIIVO SLT6 is a 6 balanced armature set. Probably where it gets its name from. It's usually around $450 on AliExpress. It fluctuates. Usually you can find it on sales for less than that. I believe it dropped under 400 bucks recently during like the summer sale and the other whatever sales. It's almost like there's always an excuse for a sale. So don't give into the FOMO, wait for a sale. Unboxing, very simple and plain. Presentation was okay as well. For the previous sets like the CK-D41 and the SL41, it was adequate for the price. This set's twice the price of those, so I would expect a little bit more, but it's the exact same experience. You get the rectangular box, you lift it up, lid comes off, and there you are, IMs and the case. The accessories are also the same except for one, the cable. So the cable is a different cable, a downgrade in my opinion. The CK-D41 cable and the SL41 cable are amazing. They sell the cables on their own, by the way. If you go to Myers store, you can get those cables on their own and they're like 20 bucks. Amazing cables. So we get a different cable with this set. It has a couple of nice perks and then a couple of drawbacks compared to the other cables. So it has modular plugs, comes with 3.5 and 4.4. Also a right angle termination on those plugs, which has actually grown on me a bit. I used to be such a right angle termination hater, but nowadays it's like, man, this is nice sometimes for, you know, when you got stuff in your pocket, depending on which pocket or how you're carrying it, that right angle is nice sometimes. But yeah, right angle modular plugs. The wires on this cable are a little bit more stiff and they actually hold quite a bit of memory. So compared to the last cable, this one's just a little bit more annoying to use. Cable, downgrade. Everything else was the same. Considering that this set is more expensive, accessories are a little bit lackluster. I wish there was a little bit more or a little bit better. The case is good still. I do like that case. Again, it being a more expensive set, it doesn't have as much of that wow or impressive factor as on the cheaper sets. Now going over the build of the IMs themselves, they're beautiful. Just first off, they are beautiful. They look amazing. They look like nothing I've ever seen before as far as IMs go. Like it's got like this coffee with cream faceplate color. It's wood and there's like texture to it. You can really see it in person. It's a little harder to show on pictures. It's very beautiful. Build overall is really good. It's very solid. It's well put together. And which is funny because this is the reason why I held on to this review. When Myers sent it out to me, they actually asked me to wait for a bit, like do my testing, even record the video if I want, but don't release it right away because this set takes a lot of work and a lot of time to make. So they just asked, hey, hold off a bit. We're really busy. Business is good. And we don't want to keep customers waiting. Their concern was that they didn't want me to hype you guys up and then you guys go buy a set and then get upset that it takes a while to make. So they just said, just hold off a bit. Once business levels out a bit more, go ahead and release a video, which they haven't told me yet if they're still busy or not. I just made the video. So, but yeah, build is great. Fit is actually really good as well. They are, I guess, kind of pseudo custom. There's a lot of different, you know, bumps and shapes and angles, but for me, it was fine. I had no issues fitting these, but your mileage may vary. Oh God, I said that term. I hate using cliche terms that everybody uses. Quick, what's something else that we can say instead? Instead of your mileage may vary, your experience may differ. That sounds dumb too. Or I don't know. Skill issue, something, case of competence. It may be a case of competence. There you go. Whatever. Moving on. And now everybody's favorite part, make sure you push up your glasses and fix your pocket protector or whatever. because we're going to do some graph sniffing. And while you guys sniff the graph, I'm going to go over the keywords I have down to describe the sound signature for the set. Here's the graph, and let me read my keywords. My keywords for the SLT6 are meticulous, striking, technical, high octane, and relentless. Ooh, those are some scary words, aren't they? Yeah, this set's pretty intense. It's actually pretty cool, but can get a little grating, and let's go ahead and get into that. So going over the bass, because we always start at the bass, because I don't know, it's not alphabetical, is it? B for bass, mids for M, treble T. Oh, maybe it is alphabetical, or left to right, and on the little graph. Whoop. All right, starting with the bass, it is front-ended, mostly focused on the impact, and then there is some rumble. Bass is very light, even though there's a good amount of it, like quantity is there, it's missing some substance for me. It's low viscosity and lower texture than I would like. It's not low texture, but I wish it was a little bit, you know, more defined, and those ripples were a little bit more separated instead kind of smoothed over. It might honestly be the weakest point of the set, which kind of sucks because it has a good amount of it. Like the quantity is there. Like I said, I just wish the quality was better. So the mids are adequate. They're good. They feel full and quite level. It's no boost. It's not, you know, artificially pushed forward. It just sounds natural. And while everything is kind of in the mix in the mids with the rest of the frequency response, it doesn't, you know, stumble upon itself very much. It keeps things separated. It keeps things clean and concise. So very good in that regard as well. Vocals for both male and female are, I guess, regular, normal, nothing outstanding. Like, they're done well. It's just not very emphasized, but not very dead either. They're just there, adequate, correct. All right, so now for the treble, which I really like and some people might really not like. Lower treble, there's a good boost. So it gives the entire sound kind of like a sharp hue, like a sheen, metallic sheen. Timbre is not affected too much, but it is pretty sharp, especially once you start making your way into like the upper treble. It really pushes a lot of little details out. While the treble is very concise and well defined, it can be a little crude sometimes. And again, just to clarify, these are minuscule deviances. It's not a lot, it's just a bit, but I'm trying to communicate my point as well as I can. All right, so as far as text go, timbre, which is not bad, is probably the weakest point in the text. Details, imaging, separation, it's just very well done. The stage feels very open and airy, and there's a lot of room within the stage and then in between the sounds. Gives you a very expansive type of presentation. I'm not gonna say it's like huge or with a very wide stage, but it gives you good layering, there's good positioning, and it gives you good depth because everything just feels like it can breathe. And now we're going to compare to the SA6, which is over there. Yeah, that guy over there. Man, that set is amazing. God, like, such a great set. I was like using it again recently because I unfortunately don't get much time to use my personal sets. But man, SA6 is amazing. And overall, just, I guess, spoiler alert, I do prefer the SA6 over the SLT6, but they're pretty similar. So overall tuning is quite similar, but it's funny because they sound very different in certain aspects. Bass hits harder on the SA6. It has way more substance and viscosity to it than the SLT6. Too many sixes. So details, overall sound, the outline definition is a lot better defined on the SLT6. It's a little smoother and softer on the SA6. Timbre overall is more natural and refined on the SA6, while the SLT6 has more of that room in between sounds and more, you know, breathing room, more space than the SA6. And SA6 also feels like the stage is a little bit more intimate and closed in. SA6 is more cohesive overall in the sound. Like, it just sounds like it's one sound instead of, you know, multiple sounds being thrown at you at the same time. So SA6, more musicality, smoother, more refined. while SLT6, you know, more technically capable, sharper, more concise. And that brings us to the rec rating. So for the SLT6, around 450 bucks, drops down in sales, all things considered, it's still a rec rating 3 for me. Like, the set is very impressive just in sound. And I know a lot of you guys, for some reason, shop for just sound. Well, this is a set that the sound is pretty good. And then the accessories are okay. Overall, everything else is okay. Sound is amazing. So definitely worth checking out. If I remember, I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to find it easier. But yeah, check out the SLT6. If you can demo it, I highly recommend you demo it. It's a pretty cool set. Again, if you already have the SA6, it might not be worth getting the SLT6 also, unless the differences that I described for you in this video are the reason why you might want to leave the SA6. Or I guess if you just want to, you know, spend some money and try something new. I don't know. It's your guys' money. Do whatever you want. I don't care. That's it for the video. Thank you for stopping by. Please consider liking and subscribing. We are trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I am Awesome Danny. Until next time, you stay awesome, friends. Bye.
Danny and Sunny together in the light. 따뜻한 햇살 아래서 every moment feels so right. 고양이 곁에